After a wild night of heat races last night, which saw a ton of surprises and a couple of flips mixed in as well, tonight we're doing Alphabet Super Racing for the 2024 Richard Hollywood Stapleton Shootout. We got the D main, the C main, the B main, and at some point we'll have the Powerade Dash mixed in. It is night 2 of 3 for the 2024 edition, and we will see who will get those final 5 spots in the main feature grid. It is the D main first up here at Oswego. What's up everyone, it's your boy on this Racing 97 aka Nathan Stapleton, and welcome back for the 4th night in a row here at Oswego Dirt. On Monday we had the Amstel East Series, on Tuesday we had the Amstel Elka Series, and last night we had 5 heat races, and tonight we have 3 races on tap, technically 4 including the Dash, the D main, C main, B main, and at the end of the night, 5 drivers will get the final spots in the A main. I'm not the only person, I'm joined by one of the drivers that advanced on from the heat race last night in dominating fashion on heat race number 5. We got Blossom up here in the booth, welcome to the booth.
Thank you for having me, Nathan. The car was mad fast, and we hope to carry it on to the main event, but we are glad to have racing back here, especially me. I'm glad to be back here in the booth, and hopefully we will see another fantastic night of action-packed racing. If our last race of a bunch of other events showed anything, this race should be absolutely no different.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. It's been kind of chaotic to say the least. The racing's been off the charts. We've seen 3 flips already. And it's gonna be interesting with how stacked, honestly, these B, C, and D mains are. A lot of newcomers were able to surprise the field and lock themselves into the A main, and a lot of veterans and well-known names are gonna have to race their way through the field and through these mains and full alphabet soup. How do you think that's gonna play out, knowing that there are countless amount of big names that have to race their way through the D, C, and B?
Yeah, talking about those big names, we have Zachary Fitzwater, Roberto Crown Jr., Kenneth Miller, Brandon Beal, Eric Monaco, David Dixon, Eli Bright, Derek Hamill, and Bradley Reeb all in this field that I know are Cup Series racers. Those are huge names. Eli Bright and Derek Hamill, to name a few. Those are some of the most notable stars in the JBL Cup Series, and they are fighting for their chance to go on to the C main. So I think the fact that we have such great names in here, that's going to make the competition all the more competitive, especially in the D main here.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. D main will be 20 laps just like the heat race, and the top 4 will advance on into the C main, and unfortunately, we will knock out 6 drivers, 5th on back, will DNF here tonight. So only the top 4 will move on, and here is the starting lineup. Like Bronson said, it's going to be Zachary Fitzwater on the pole, based off of his finishing order from the heats last night, and then alongside him is Roberto Crown Jr. in the number 89, Kenneth Miller in the number 51, and Brandon Beal, who spun. He is in 4th. Row number 3 is Eric Monaco, who ran into the back of a flying Bradley Ream, and alongside him is Gabe Willard. Row number 4 is one of the drivers that flipped last night, that's David Dixon, and Eli Bright, who had a motor go sour late, and that's why he is in D main. And unfortunately, Derek Hamill in the number 99, and Bradley Ream, who, just like David Dixon, had a wild tumble, and that is why he is in the D main. 20 drivers, 20 laps, and 10 drivers. Top 4 will make it to the C main. Who is the pick to make it on into the next round?
That's tough, because like we said pre-race, these are some amazing names, especially in the Cup Series. Starting on pole with Zachary Fitzwater, my heart wants to go for him because he hasn't had that much success so far on the channel here, Nathan. But I really want to go with Brandon Beal, 2-time Cup Series winner last season. He's got a lot of good momentum, and I know that it doesn't really canonically connect, but I still want to go with Brandon Beal. The stats prove, and you know, my brain goes with Brandon Beal, but I do want to go with Zachary Fitzwater. Those are my 2 main picks.
Well, let's kick off with the night With the main action 20 laps, 4 drivers will move on. We're racing for the D main here for night 4 of Oswego Stapleton Shootout Week. Great jump from Kenneth Miller on the inside lane. And he's going to get to the inside as 3 wide behind him. David Dixon making it 3 wide in the middle of the field. And side by side at the line is going to be, I don't know. It was Fitzwater Bailey leading lap number 1.
Give it to Fitzwater, barely by a splitter, an amazing margin, but here comes the 51 of Kenneth Miller battling, but he gets a push from David Dixon, 3 wide for the lead here in turn 4, Nathan. Here we go, they're going to squeeze up into the outside wall, David Dixon on the inside, 3 wide still for second place. Fitzwater is stuck up on that outside, are we going to see it brief 4 wide? No, they get it sort of back out, some contact with the 51 and the 89 there, Kenneth Miller, and the 98 of Roberto Crown Jr., but meanwhile it's David Dixon, the man who flew and flipped here in the front stretch. He is now leading here on lap number 4.
And we saw it all week long. We saw it same with Dio in the East race, start from last and get a top 5 finish. We saw that last night a couple times in heat races as well. And how about Weem already trying to get inside the top 5 after starting in the 10th position. And these guys, they have to kind of be aggressive, but kind of have to realize, hey, it's 20 laps, same length as the heat race, is still quite a lot of time. But right now, David Dixon is starting to pull away. Kenneth Miller in second, Fitzwater in third, and right now it's provisionally the 89 of Roberto Crown Jr. in that 4th spot. Almost makes contact with Fitzwater, and here comes Weem for the 5th spot. A bad start for Beal, Bright, and Monaco, chilling in the back so far.
David Dixon from P7 on the starting grid now leads here in front of the field with a good margin, but with the 89 there of Roberto Crown Jr. starting to reel him in, but Bradley Ream, the man who started dead last, is battling for P4 right here between the 51 of Kenneth Miller and Zachary Fitzwater. Zachary Fitzwater starting on pole, falls back to P5. He's trying to get back up there as well himself, but meanwhile the pack has kind of started to get single file. Wonder if they're trying to save their stuff, but that's Roberto Crown Jr. starting to set his sights on David Dixon rather. Goodness, it is late here, Nathan. The lights are down, the moon is up. Yeah, it's quite late, but nonetheless that means great racing is bound to be produced, and it's showing.
Oh yeah, great racing, multi-group racing. We've seen it all week long, and we've seen a lot more this year. These guys can rip that outside lane and rip the cushion even more than last year. Heck, we saw that in the heat race where Bill Mayers literally did a Larson and ripped the outside wall. Right now, Fitzy has that 4th and final transfer spot. Things are chilling out for the top 5. He has Taylor Campbell to the inside of Kenneth Miller, and that will be a 5th place spot. And if Hamill wants to tackle Fitzy, he needs to get past 51. Miller with a 1 on the outside with the cushion, and he's going to keep that 5th spot, and he's going to try and carry that momentum and challenge Fitzy for that transfer spot.
There's still some big names back here beyond the transfer spot who need to make up some good runs. That's Derek Hamill still trying to get on. That's Brandon Beal trying to put the bumper to the 27, I believe that is. 14. No, that's the 15. That's the 14.
Yep, the 14 and then the 15.
The 14 and the 15 of Eric Monaco and Eli Bright. You can tell it's very late. I apologize, viewers, but nonetheless, some big names still back here. They need to make up some ground. Brandon Beal going to put the squeeze to the 27 there, to the 64 rather. Apologies. Gabe Willard battling there. That is for the was it P7, I believe,
yeah.
Nathan.
Yeah,
P7. So some good battling right here. That's going to persist, and that is the only side-by-side battle we have so far here at Oswego.
These guys taking it nice and chill, but eventually they're going to have to go for it, and I think Fitzy realizes of what position he is in. He is in the bubble spot, he's in, but he's barely in. He wants to have Weem be in that precarious situation, going to slide up, and he should be able to take the 3rd spot away for Bradley Weem. And now Weem's going to have to worry about Kenneth Miller and the number 51, but he's not really able to close in that much. Weem trying to fight back, gonna rip the cushion in 3 and 4. Hamill's gonna send it, not quite in 3 and 4, but meanwhile David Dixon in the backup car, a fantastic ride in this number 66, and is looking pretty good for this driver from flipping last night to possibly winning the D main.
Yeah, but he's still got to do a little bit more racing to secure that win. But Kenneth Miller, he has himself a bubble between the 64 of Gabe Willard and the 99 of Derek Hamill. Those two battling, and that's going to let the top four there just have, or that's the top five rather. So now the battle is between Ream and the 51, as the 51 is going to get a better run, almost gets to the quarter panel, wants to spin Ream out, but he thinks better of that, as that will bring out a caution and effectively end the race. But we still stay green. Kenneth Miller is starting to fall off. The top four now have separated, and that is almost going to guarantee Bradley Ream, if he can hold on just for a little bit longer, a guaranteed spot. But how about David Dixon from flipping? Oh, some side-by-side close quarter racing, but how about David Dixon and, I guess for a lesser extent, Bradley Ream from flipping to making it to the next race? That is absolute clutch performance, as we have a lap and a half to go here at Oswego.
Absolutely great performance from both Ream and Dixon. Both of those drivers flipped last night, and it looks like they will both move on to the C main. Good one from Clown Jr. and Fitzy as well. They will have to start in the back of the C main, but we've seen all week, it's not always a bad thing to start in the back, especially at the start of these races. A dominating performance stayed with Dixon will win the D main, with Bo Clown Jr. in second, Zachary Fitzwater in third, and Bradley Ream and fourth will all transfer to the C main. And unfortunately, this is going to be the end of the road for Gabe Willard, Kenneth Walker, Derek Hamill, Eli Bright, Brandon Beal, and Eric Monaco. Some big names right there, not going to transfer from the D main.
That's quite shocking there. Pre-race, I kind of wanted to go with David Dixon, but I just didn't know how that car would perform, especially starting deep in the pack as he was. But he got it done. He proved me wrong, and I've said it time and time again. I want to be proved wrong by these drivers, and I'm glad that David Dixon got out there, went from flipping to advancing into the next race, and potentially making it to the mains. That is phenomenal work by that team.
Oh yeah, a great job from David Dixon and Ream. Both of those drivers flipped, had to hustle and get out the backup cars, and just last night for tonight, and they are able to move on to the C main, and if they do that 2 more times, hey, they will be in A main. So we'll see what happens. Tough break for Willard, Miller, Hamill, Blight, Beal, and Monaco, unfortunately. But that's just how the format goes. Up next, we will have 19 drivers for 35 laps in the same format as this one. The top 4 will advance to the B main. Let's find out who will move on to the B. Let's get to the C right now. Welcome back to Oswego Speedway, and it's time to go C main action here tonight. A pretty calm D main, respectively, based off of what we've seen all week, but still had a little bit of a battle for the final transfer spot. And now it's time to go racing for 35 laps, 14 cars, and the top 4 once again will advance to the B main. And I'm joined by Bronson once again all night long. I forgot to mention that all night long. Bronson, based off of what we saw in the C main, in the D main, what do you think we might see in the C main, knowing that there's more laps and more cars?
Well, there's 4 more drivers, of course, adding on with the D main drivers that made it into the C main. I think drivers like David Dixon and Roberto Crown Jr., who just so happen to have a lot of speed in D main, I think they're going to bring that speed. And with them starting in the deeper end of the pack last race, I think they're going to do the same exact thing and hopefully make it a good show. Though I am worried with this bigger field. I think that we will see the crash, the crash, whether it's a spin, contact, or whether it's the big flip that these drivers are so accustomed to, apparently.
Yeah, something about Oswego where we see these flips. I always seen 3 this week. Hopefully we don't see any more. But it's going to be interesting what ends up happening here in the C main. On the pole, we got Reggie Folkerman in the number 19. And the number 33 is Ryan Mill alongside. Well, number 2 is number 28, Apia Maria. who had a good one in her heat but fell back late. Bruno Giacomo is alongside. And then Andrew Miller in the number 03. And Justin Seidel in row number 3 alongside. Row number 4 is Andrew Williams and Warrington Wani, who got on the side in his heat. Row number 5 is Noah Clifton and Benny Watson, who had nowhere to go in one of the crashes here, and he actually was the one that caused this guy behind him. No, that's probably my bad. Yeah, David Dixon made it into the C main, Fever winning the D main, and he's joined by Roberto Crown Jr., Zachary Fitzwater, and Bradley Ream as well. And it's going to be interesting if there's some beef between Ream and Watson, because Watson was the one that turned the number 22, and ironically, I think the 89 was the one that turned the 66, so we'll see if anyone gets paid back or not. Well, with that being said, Bronson, who do you think is going to move on from the C main to the B main?
Well, with me picking my winner, that means that one driver has now been cursed, so now I have to pick this very methodically. Reggie Fogelman obviously has speed since he is starting on pole position, though my brain is really going with David Dixon. It wanted to go with David Dixon last race, but I chose Fitzwater and Beal, and we saw how well that turned out. Only one of the two drivers that I picked made it through, so I think David Dixon is actually going to get it done. He's going to go through a flip, he's going to qualify himself into the C main, and he's going to win C main all the way to the real thing.
Well, we saw last year almost do it. We'll see if David Dixon can. We are green flag racing for the C main. 35 laps, 14 drivers. The top 4 will advance to the B main. A great jump from Reggie Fogelman in the number 19. Here comes Andy Miller in the number 03. Here comes Noah Clifton making it 3 wide back here. That's a little bit tight off of turn number 4. They're going to keep it straight and look at Noah Clifton and look at Fitzwater and Dixon and William all following that number 20 machine, and already a much more chaotic start than what we've seen in the D main. Look at this 3x3x3 here at Oswego.
4 rows of 3 wide here, Nathan. This is incredible stuff. Yeah, as you said, this is a lot more aggressive. The 20 almost takes a swipe there at the 28. So many lanes fanned out of 3 wide. They've got it back down to maybe 3, maybe 2 lanes of 3 wide, but still, it is incredibly cluttered here. Contact made, still contact door-to-door banging here on the front stretch. That's the 03 there of Andrew Miller banging there with, is that Bradley Ream? He made it from the D main, but now they get it going. But still, it is the 19 pole sitter Reggie Fogelman contact Bradley Ream sideways. He saves it there off of 4. He stays going, and there's my pick, David Dixon, the 66, all the way up to P2 from the second to last row. He is finally here, Nathan.
How about David Dixon, Zachary Fitzwater, and Bradley Ream all from the D main, started 11th, 12th, 11th, 13th, and 14th. And they're all the way up for David Dixon. He might just do of what Stephen Clone almost did last year. Clone went from the C to the B and almost made it into the A. David Dixon, one of the new drivers on the channel, he's trying to do just that from the D, well actually from flipping to the D, wins the D, makes it to the C, and now currently running in second place, and that would be good enough to make it into the show. Bradley Ream gonna get past number 28 of Pia Maria, and here comes the number 38. Those two have a history. Last night Watson was the one that dumped Bradley Ream off turn number 4, and they are still side by side for the 4th position and for the 2nd place spot.
We also don't want to count out Zachary Fitzwater there behind this side-by-side battle between Pia Maria and Bradley Ream. Contact made Maria sideways. She saves it off of 4. She gets going, but Bradley Ream gets ahead. That is not what she needed there. The 38 in tow. That is Benny Watson there. Zachary Fitzwater wants to get around this side-by-side battle as fast as possible. He wants a chance to race for it all. But Benny Watson, Bradley Ream rather, he is in the top 4. That is your top 4. That is Reggie Fogelman, David Dixon, the 20 there of Noah Clifton, and Bradley Ream. Those are the drivers, at least for the moment, that will transfer.
At the moment, that is the key deciding factor, as these two have history right there. And here's the thing. Every other race so far for the main show, not counting the Amstel Ulca and the Amstel East races, have been 20 laps. This C-Main is 15 more laps. It's still 24 to go at the line. So still quite a long time for these drivers. Plenty of time for mistakes and plenty of time to get up towards the front. Unfortunately, for Roberto Brown Jr., he's kind of been stuck in the middle to the back part of the field and not really working his way up to the front. Clifton trying to get past David Dixon for the second place spot, and he's gonna get there. How about Toyota 1, 2, wait, no. Chevy is first and then Toyota is 2, 3, and the Dodge of Bradley Ream is in fourth. Right now, 2 out of the 4 drivers that made it from the D are currently inside the top 4. Clifton trying to take second.
A good side-by-side battle there, but this is only going to bring Ream into this battle. Ream's going to have to find a way around Dixon soon enough. Trying to get to the back bumper there, kind of setting him up the hill. Slide job, not quite. Top 4 still stay in tow, single file. But Bradley Ream needs to move, or else the 38 there of Benny Watson is going to get there soon enough as he slides up, as well as the 2 there of Ryan Durrani, I believe that is, trying to make way for Zachary Fitzwater, the 41. He needs to get something done before it's too late here in the race. Yeah, when would you say is the point of no return when you need to be in the top 4, at least a position or 2 there?
Probably, I mean, we've seen it before last year. We had some full finishes, we've not seen any yet this year, but we've seen a lot of great racing, and honestly, you probably want to be inside the top 4 with them 5 laps to go. At least the top 5. You want to be in position like the 38 of Watson to catch up to this number 22 and be able to pounce for that final transfer spot with under 5 laps to go. Because the way that it all works, under 5 laps to go is the point of no return, and we most likely won't get back going green. So it's going to be close, and this is exactly what Bradley Ream wants to do, trying to get to the inside, side by side for the 3rd spot. If he does this, David Dixon will be on the bubble, and he's going to have to deal with one of the most experienced drivers on the channel of Benny Watson right behind him. And look at all these big names once again outside of the top 4. Benny Watson, Ryan Durrani, Zachary Fitzwater, Roberto Brown Jr., Justin Liddell, Andrew Miller, and a couple of newer names like Giacomo and Amanda Williams and Ryan Little. A lot of big names once again outside looking in. And Reggie Folkman's been dominating the C-Main, but something tells me he might not have the long one car, because all over the back bumper is the wipeout Toyota of Noah Clifton.
And if these two get side-by-side battle, then that's just going to bring Ream and Dixon into this battle as well, which who knows who they're going to bring along. The 20 to the inside of the 19, almost there, contact made, but here comes Dixon. Side-by-side battle for the lead going into turn number 1. It's the 20 of Clifton hugging that inside line. The 19 of Reggie Fogelman stuck him on the outside, trying to make it work somehow, some way, but it seems like the 20 is going to clear with the slide job if he can get it done. Yes, he will. And we will have a new leader here. Now we have side-by-side battle, new leader, Noah Clifton, trying to block it, going to the inside, but the 38 of Benny Watson, he is there. He's setting his sights on his old buddy and rival of Bradley Ream. He's got around David Dixon with ease. Now Dixon's got to get around him as fast as he can, because look at the lap count. We are running out of time, Nathan.
Already lap 23 at the line now here. 13 laps to go. Right now, Clifton, Folkerman, and Ream are starting to pull away, but it is a 3-car fight for the final transfer spot. Watson and Dixon and Durrani. Fitzy goes wide. He might not have enough to get involved in this one. So far, we are still clean and green here tonight on night 2. And so far, it's looking really good. We got a Toyota, a Chevy, and a Dodge 1, 2, 3. Reggie Folkman to the inside, not quite. I thought I saw a red, but we are good. 11 laps to go, and it's looking pretty good for Watson, but he's going to have to hold off one of the new drivers of David Dixon.
Here comes Bradley Remus to the inside of Reggie Fogelman. I think Fogelman is starting to fall off. It's just a matter of if Fogelman can hold on just a little bit longer. The block for going into turn one. Fogelman saw the inside opening up, but Clifton said absolutely not. This is my position. This is my race to win. And Clifton said no. He put the block going into turn one, but he's going to try and set it up. Fogelman is.
No.
So is Bradley Remus. You see him trying to get to the quarter panel. Fogelman is. But Clifton's still holding his ground. He is making that car wide, Nathan. He is doing everything he can. Bradley Ream, he's just trying to run away from Benny Watson here as the two has gotten around David Dixon now. I think the chance for David Dixon advancing to the next race has closed, shut right in his face. But now the two of Ryan Durrani, he's trying to get past this car of Benny Watson as fast as he can to make it in. Now we have almost a three-car battle for the lead, Nathan.
We got a three-car battle for the lead, and we got a three-car battle for the final transfer spot. Ream is going to go for the race lead almost going to go three wide. They might go three wide. Ream going for second. David Dixon trying to get past Ryan Durrani. And look at Fogelman trying to whip the outside lane. Definitely has a lot more grip than it did last night here. And Ream is going to take second and might challenge for the race lead. Not quite. But he is going to take that second place spot. 6 to go here in the C main. And so far, so good in the field. I think there might have been a close call in the 33 in the back a couple of laps ago. But we are still clean and green. Out of the line. 5 laps to go, and it's anyone's race for the win and for the final 4 transfer spots.
Yeah, and this top 5, top 6 are relatively within each other. The 20 goes wide just a little bit. That's going to give the edge to the 22. Bradley Ream. Is Bradley Ream going to jump to the inside? He's going to get to the back bumper of the 20 side by side for the lead. Is the 20 going to use the outside momentum? Contact made. Still side by side. Bradley Ream is there for the race lead. Fogelman in tow trying to see whatever happens. And that is Benny Watson trying to see what makes of this. Side by side down the backstretch with Ream and the 20 of Noah Clifton. Amazing battle. The top 4 side by side for position. Watson sideways. Contact made with the top 2. And we have 3 laps to go, Nathan. Unbelievable racing.
I don't know if we really will have a transfer spot battle, but we sure as heck have a race win battle. Ream on the inside trying to do a slide drop on Noah Clifton. That's going to take him out and he's going to flip again.
Down. Upside down again. Who's going to get through? Benny Watson gets through.
You got to be kidding me. 2 days in a row, Bradley Ream's gonna flip in the same spot off turn number 4.
Unbelievable, Nathan Stapleton. Have you ever?
And Watson again, just like last night, is destroyed on the front end.
Watson got through, but he has damage. Who's that gonna give the win to, though? Is it gonna be Fogelman? Reggie Fogelman is going to inherit the lead, I believe, Nathan.
I think they're going to give third place to the number 20. And you know what? That's going to give the number 2 of Ryan Durrani is going to be in. And Zachary Fitzwater is going to get in. Out of nowhere.
I have no words. I have never seen that ever in my life. The 2 leaders crash off the final corner, and after the smoke has cleared, it's going to be Reggie Fogelman who takes the win here at Oswego. I've never. And it's going to be the 2 of Ryan Durrani following in suit, transferring in, as well as Noah Clifton in the 20. And to round it all off, Nathan, it is going to be Zachary Fitzwater in the 41 who transfers through.
From?
Yeah, where did he was nowhere near the top 5.
Oh, that wreck was a blessing in disguise for Fitzwater, and Fitzwater, he's gonna have a chance to go from the D to the C to the B and maybe the A. Tough break for Watson, tough break for Ream, tough break for David Dixon, who's barely gonna miss out by 1 spot. Oh my goodness, what a heat. Well, not heat, what a C main. You guys will see what happened in the corner of the screen, but oh my goodness.
I cannot wait to see the replay and see what happened. That was amazing. I've never seen that happen before. The 2 leaders wrecking, and And Bradley Ream goes upside down for the second race in a row, second day in a row. He was in prime contention. He was leading. But one block goes wrong, and it all ends right there in turn 4, upside down once again. And he finished, and he went from the lead, and will finish in 14th at last here at Oswego.
The stuff that we have seen this week between the East Series, the ARCA Series, the Heat Races, and now here in the C Main, it's definitely...
Can't make it up.
You just can't. It's been 10 times more chaotic than last year, and I thought last year was chaotic. The racing is more aggressive, and all we did was raise the string from 108 to 109. That's it. Same lanes, nothing changed with I, just these drivers are more aggressive this year, and this just proved it. Tough way for Weem, flipping 2 times, 2 days in a row. And ironically, Benny Lawson gets involved in it as well. So that's 4 flips now. Almost going to have a handful if we have one more. Lawson's going to go back out for I don't know why. Great job for Reggie Fogelman for sneaking in and getting the win after he dominated the C Main. Great job for Ryan Dewey. No clips. Then I guess he was still in 3rd when he crossed the line. And then, of course, great job from Zachary Fitzwater for sneaking his way in. Tough way for David Dixon, Bruno Diacomo, Fitzwater, Kamau Jr., Miller, Pierre Maria, and Amanda Williams and Wyatt Little. And, of course, Boston and Ream. Unfortunately, their nights are going to be done. Oh, boy. And now, we have 19 colors, 50 laps, and only 5 drivers will advance. The final chance to make it into the A Main. Can Zachary Fitzwater do something that Stephen Clone almost did last year? And that's go alphabet soup and do the full soup and go from the D, C, B, and A. We'll just have to wait and see. Let's go ahead and jump straight into the B Main here for night number 2 of the Richard Hollywood Stapleton Shootout. Welcome back to Oswego Speedway, and in between the B and the C's, we are now set to go racing for the Powerade Dash, something new this year, and it's all of the drivers that finished 1st and 2nd in the heat races last night. They get some track time, see how the track's doing, and ultimately decide where they will start inside the top 10. And it could matter because back in 2022, the winner started in 5th, and last year the winner started in 15th. So you want to start inside the top 15 the last 2 years that we've done this format, and we'll see what happens with a stacked lineup of drivers that made it through Viva the Heats last night. And I'm joined by someone that was in the booth last night. I'm back with Caleb up here in the booth, and welcome back to Oswego, and welcome to the Powerade Dash.
And excited to be back up in the booth here. Heat races were a lot of fun. Saw definitely a lot of chaos, and I think we'll definitely see some more of that again here tonight. Gonna be interesting to see. I'm sure these guys are definitely gonna be antsy fighting for the pole, and I'm excited. It's gonna be a lot of fun here.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. 10 drivers, only 10 laps, half of what the heat races were last night, and this is the shortest race that we will see all week, and that's why it's called the Powerade Dash, and it's going to be interesting on who can get the job done. Of course, we've always seen some chaotic action already here tonight with the D and the C mains. We have the Dash, and then right after the Dash will be the B main, the last chance for those 19 drivers to get the final 5 spots into the A main. But let's go through the 10 drivers that are in the Dash. Basically, all the heat winners are on the inside lane, and all the second place drivers are starting on the outside lane. So we got heat race number 1 winner of Joe Kowski on the pole, and then heat race number 1 second place is Jordan Stout. Heat race 2 winner Patrick Smith starts 3rd, and second place in heat number 2 is Alan Abel. Heat race number 3 winner Trey Barlow starts 5th, and heat race number 3 second place is Chase Harris in the number 52. Heat race number 4 winner, Ronnie Hauger, and then the number 74. And then second place in Heat 4 is Evelyn McKenzie. And then rounding out the $10 here is the number 12 for Bronson Minute, Heat race number 5 winner. And then Elijah Gordon got second in Heat race number 5 last night. And let's go ahead and get these draws went off. Only 10 laps, Gib. Who do you think will win the Dash and start on the pole for the A main tomorrow night?
Definitely going to be a difficult choice here. We've seen all these guys have been strong throughout all of the events, so going to be kind of hard to choose, but I think I'm going to go with that number 4 car, the number 4 of Patrick Smith, to get it done and win the pole for the main event.
Not a bad pick. Patrick Smith won this event last year. Not many starts since then, but he's trying to defend his title last year and go 2 in a row. And that could be an easy way of doing it, starting on the pole for the A main. 10 out of his 10 laps is the Dash, is the Powerade Dash, and they're green for race 3 of night 2. Great jump from Joe Rutkowski. Patrick Smith with a good one as well. But here comes Trey Barlow to the inside, making it 3 wide for second. Look at Bronson Minute back there, making it 3 wide, almost 4 wide in the middle of the field.
Okay. Wow.
That was a little bit tight. Minute starts 9th, and he knows that if he wants a good shot, he wants to make moves early, and it's only 10 laps. And Bronson is on the move.
Yeah, definitely. With it only being a 10-lap race, if you're going to make your move, you got to make it as soon as you possibly can. And Bronson Minnick definitely showing it so far. That got pretty close there off of turn number 4. These guys are really going at it back here, and now we might go 3 wide for second here. And Joe Rutkowski, he's just kind of chilling out in the race lead right now, just trying to hang on, but these guys are definitely going to be going for it. Have to see if anyone can close into him here before we get to the end of this thing.
Bronson Minnick from 9th to 2nd. Great job from that number 12 machine. And of course, Joe Rutkowski's just pulling away from the pole starting spot. Here comes Hauger and Barlow and McKenzie all on this inside lane. Meanwhile, unfortunately, Chase Harris and Aaron Abel have dropped to the back of the field. And that's not entirely bad, but it's not entirely good. You definitely don't want to wreck the car here in the Dash. That's close between Smith and Barlow. And like we've seen all event long, the racing has been intense. And now it's contact right there with Smith and Barlow again off turn number 4.
Man, oh man, that was almost bad right there off of turn number 4. No one. Bartow squeezing the 4 Patrick Smith up against the outside wall as they stay 3 wide for the time being. You got the number 04 of Evelyn McKenzie trying to get down to the inside 3 wide. But meanwhile, up towards the front, you've got the number 12, Bronson Minnick, trying to run Rutkowski down, and these two still can't get away from each other.
This is the battle of the Dash. Barlow and Smith, they keep on banging side by side and add Aaron Abel into the midst of this one now. These two just cannot get off of each other. Meanwhile, back up to the front, Rutkowski has led this entire race so far, but how about missing up Bronson Minnick from 9th to 2nd, and how about Elijah Gordon from 10th to 3rd now in that number 40 machine. Great ones from those two after starting in the back because of racing in heat race number 5, but 1.5 laps to go, so looking good for Rutkowski, who's led every single lap of the Powerade Dash.
It's not over just yet. Coming home. White flag this time by Bronson Minnick, right on the back bumper of the 60 Rutkowski as we take the white flag. 1 to go, and he's trying to take a peek to the inside, and Rutkowski slips up, but he gets a good run there on the outside. Here we go, final chance.
Minnick's gonna have a shot, gonna get to the corner panel.
He's looking.
Not quite. Rutkowski from the pole will lead every single lap of the Dash, barely over Bronson Minnick. In second, 1 more lap, and who knows what we would have been saying. Great one from Minnick. Heat race number 5 winner, battling with the heat race 1 winner. And Minnick will start second here tomorrow night. And Rutkowski is going to start on the pole. Heat race 1 winner, started on the pole in the dash, and led every single lap, and he will start. Really started here tonight, and that is on the front spot of the grid, and that could be a good spot, because he seems like he has a fast car, and 2 years ago, Steven Clone, he started 5th in the main M1, so great one for Murkowski. Minute will start 2nd, Gordon will start 3rd, great one for both of those drivers that made it from the Heat 5 and had started in the back. Ronnie Halliger in 4th, Evelyn McKenzie in 5th, Aaron Abel will start 6th, Jordan Stout will start 7th, Butler will start 8th, Patrick Smith will start 9th. Those two couldn't keep it off of each other all dash along, and then unfortunately Chase Harris didn't really have speed in this one, and he will start 10th in the A main here tomorrow night. Crazy 10-lap dash right there, Caleb. How do you think everything's gonna shake out, not only in the B main coming up shortly after, but especially in the A main here tomorrow night with that lineup of Wachowski and Manic on the front row?
Definitely. I think this showed we got a lot of strong competitors here going into the main event. There was action pretty much about everywhere. We saw some constant three wide, even in just that short 10-lap race. And definitely a lot of faces to watch out for. Of course, Joe Rutkowski keeping that momentum going, still yet to not finish first, I think, in any of the precursor events. He won his respective heat, and now he wins the Powerade Dash. He's going to start on the pole for the main event, and then also really good win there for Bronson Minnick and Elijah Gordon. Both started 9th and 10th respectively, finishing in the 2nd and 3rd positions. They might also have to be some faces to watch out for as we get into the main event. But it was definitely very exciting, and I can't wait to see how the B and especially the A may go.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, it's been a great week so far, and that's just a precursor of what we might see here tomorrow night. And if that is, then it is going to be a fun night with 30 drivers going around this track for 100 laps. But first, we have to find out who gets the final 5 spots. 25 are locked in. 19 drivers, 50 laps for battle for final 5 spots on the grid. Let's go ahead and see what happens here for the B main right now at Oswego Speedway. Welcome back to Oswego Speedway, and it is now time for the B main. We just had the Powerade Dash right before the B main, so it's going to be seeing of what the track conditions will fare, but now it is time to find out who will get the final 5 spots into the main event, the feature, the A main. 30 drivers will race in the 100 lap feature tomorrow night. 25 are locked in, 5 more spots remain. We have 19 cars here in the B main, and a lot of stat names. Once again, like we've been saying all night, so many stat names, so many big names are in these D, C, and Bs. And here are the drivers that are in this feature. Well, not this feature, in the B main. Nathan Buchanan, development driver to Caleb Rose. Matthew Hubert, Tanner Pond, the ARCA champion. Dylan from C1, Dylan Matthews, Chris Jericho, Duncan Wood, Ron Kennington, Logan Williams, who finished 3rd in the JBL Cup Series point standings. Jay Randall, who won last week at Daytona in the ARCA opener. Returning Keegan Thompson, Will Parrish, Travis Crampton, who, as far as I know, I could be wrong about this probably more, but I know he has made the A main both in 2022 and 2023, so his streak is on the line. Nick Lopez, BP Ruiz, and John Andrews. And then Reggie Fogman, Ryan Adwani, Noah Clifton, and Zachary Fitzwater advanced from the C to get to this point. Boston, this is the main event of night 2, and these drivers are going to try and get the final 5 spots for the main event tomorrow. 19 cars, 50 laps, top 5 make it. How do you think this is going to go down for the B main?
I think we might see something that we saw last race, especially with a much bigger field now. We're going to see just especially early on, we're going to see so much 3-wide racing fanned out for multiple rows. I think that's going to be a given. Just the fact if they can hold it for the whole race and especially the start, that's going to be the question, Nathan, because we saw it happen earlier in the heats, and they were able to do it, or earlier in the mains, rather, and they were able to do it. But with a bigger field and a lot more aggression, knowing that this is their last chance to get into the A main, are they going to be able to hold it for such a long amount of time with a big field?
We just have to wait and see. We've seen it in the ARCA races on Monday and Tuesday. They were not able to really to deal with it well when it was 18 and 24 cars, respectively, and they crashed within the first 5 laps in both. Hopefully that does not happen. 50 laps on tap here for the B main, and it is Nathan Buchanan on the pole with Matthew Hubert alongside, Tanner Pun and Dylan Matthews in row 2, Chris Jericho, and the number 47 of Keegan, no, that's a Duncan Wood, excuse me. Row number 4 is Ronald Kennington and Logan Williams. Row number 5 is Jay Randall and Keegan Thompson. Row number 6 is the 02 of Will Parrish and number 23 of Travis Crampton. Row number 7 is the number 82 of Nick Lopez and BB Ruiz. Row number 8 is the 05 of John Andrews, and then the C winner, or the C main winner of Reggie Volkman, and then row number 9 will be the number 2 of Ryan Dry and the number 20 of Noah Clifton and running out the grid. Fitzwater, this guy, he started in the D main, advanced. Started in the C main, advanced, barely, with that last couple of lap crash. He is the only guy tonight that could do the alphabet soup and go from the D to the C to the B and eventually to the A. So we'll see if Fitzy can get the job done here tonight. Well, Bronson, it all comes down to this: 50 laps, 19 drivers, and 5 more spots are left for the A feature tomorrow night. Who do you think will win, and who do you think moves on?
I think we kind of already jinxed him with how much we're talking about him, so I might as well just rip the Band-Aid off. I want Zachary Fitzwater to do the alphabet soup. He has been mad fast. He's been really lucky, but has his luck ran out and his talent, can his talent carry him to the A main? That is the biggest question. He is my pick, but there's only one way to find out. 50 laps, 18 other drivers, and a lot of dirt to be kicked up here at Oswego.
Here we go, the biggest field ever since Tuesday night for the ARCA series with green flag racing for 50 laps. It's time for the B main. Taylor Pun, who ran up front in the ARCA race, challenged for the race win. He's going to challenge for the race lead early on lap number 1. Pun to the race lead. Jericho going to make it 3 wide for second. Tight cords racing already, and it's going to be Buchanan getting second on lap number 1. And these guys really have to be careful, because 19 cars, but it's 50 laps. That's the longest race that we've seen between last night and tonight.
3 wide, we were talking about it 3 wide, that is now fanning out the whole pack. Bits of 3 wide actually, majority 2 wide, but we're still getting going. That's 3 wide battle between the 87, the 67, and is that the 49 there on the top side, but just great racing all around. We're going to go 4 wide going into turn number 4. They get it sorted back out at 3 wide. Still really tight, but they managed to sort it out here on lap number 4.
Top 3 are broken away single file, and this is the battle for the 4th and 5th transfer spots. Will Parrish, Jay Randall, and Nathan Buchanan, 3 wide and 4 wide. This is not going to end out that well between the 44 and the 49. They're still 4 wide here in 1 and 2.
Oh, and they're going to be 4 wide going into the next
and
corner.
Contact lane, and
oh, hard head on into the outside wall. Caution's going to come out, and it is the 67 there of Ronald Kennington Jr. His night has come to an end here at Oswego on lap number 6. Wow. Wow.
We've seen it all week. 3 wide is fine, but 4 wide does not end well. We saw that in the East race, we saw that in the ARCA race, I believe we saw that once or twice in the Heat races, and for the first time tonight, our first instance of 4 wide, and Ronald Kennington is absolutely destroyed in that Go Canada Racing number 67. And unfortunately, that's probably going to take take him out. He's gonna still keep on running, but he's gonna have a lot of damage most likely in that number 69 machine. Let's go ahead and see what happens to bring out the first caution in the B main, the main event of night 2 of the 2024 Richard Hollywood Stapleton Shootout. Here we go, we're gonna start it all the way back, here in 3 and 4. The 49 of Dylan Matthews made it 4 wide through the middle, and we've seen it before that 4 wide is sketchy. Sure, in one of the heat races they made it 4 wide through 1 and 2, but not this time. Ronald Kennington slides up a little bit, and a pinch effect between Matthews, Buchanan, and Kennington, and a hard hit into the outside concrete for Ronald Kennington lifts the front end completely off the ground on top of the 49's hood, and Nathan Buchanan was on the wall a little bit, but luckily only 3 cars were involved, and the 49 and 44 don't have that much damage, but we're going to see how that 67 is throughout the rest of this one, and if he stays out on the racetrack, and if he has enough damage, he could cause problems as a lap car with how early this caution came out. But let's go ahead and review this full time and get back to the restart here in the B main.
So we see the 3 wide and then eventually 4 wide off at turn number 4. And it carries on throughout the whole front stretch going into turn number 1. Still really tight. And then eventually person has to give, nobody does. And it results in a big shunt for Ronald Kennington Jr. Big front end damage, and I'm afraid while he may still be rolling, but competitively, his night is done here at Oswego.
Very unfortunate for Ronald Kennington. He's had a lot of bad luck this year. Had a good one at Daytona in the ARCA Series. Don't remember what happened to him in the ARCA Series here on Tuesday, as of this recording. But tough break for Ronald Kennington, but we still have a lot of cars that will have a contending shot at making it into the top 5. But right now, Tampon, who dominated the ARCA race on Tuesday, is going to lead us back to the restart here in the B main. Let's get back racing right now. Welcome back to Oswego Speedway here, and we will go back green on lap 11 of 50. 40 laps to go still here in the B main. And on the restart, the top 5 transfers will be Tampon, Chris Jericho, Matthew Hubert, Will Parrish, and Jay Randall in the number 87, just outside. Top 5 is John Andrews, Reggie Fogelman, Noah Clifton, Zachary Fitzwater, and the 70 of Logan Williams. Still a long way to go. 40 laps to go. At the line, back green with Pardon out front.
Good jump by Tanner Parton. The 16 tries to take a look. They're both going to slide up going into turn number 2. And the 16 is going to try and get a better run. Tries to take a look to the inside, but nothing there. 16 of Chris Jericho, 3M, side by side for the lead here between Tanner Parton and Chris Jericho, side by side off turn number 4 down the front stretch. Who leads that? It's going to be Tanner Parton by 3/1000ths of a second, but it's going to be the 16 of Jericho trying to clear slide job off at turn number 2, but nothing gets done. Still side by side down the front stretch, but watch out here for the 7 car of Hubert. He's going to try and get something done, but meanwhile, it is Chris Jericho who gets the job done, gets the slide job done, and now leads here at Oswego. Look at the 19 there of Reggie Fogelman, who miraculously won his way into this main race after chaotic events on the last lap, or chaotic events going into the last lap. Contact made between the top 2, and it is starting to get going here, Nathan, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's going to take a lap or 2 for these sides to get back up to speed, but we are starting to see the racing pick up again. Fogelman from the won the C main in chaotic fashion. They're going to go 3 wide for 6 behind them. That's Randall, Clifton, and Andrews. And how about some of these guys? White, Fogelman, Clifton, and Wine still doing a solid job up front. And Zachary Fitzwater all the way inside the top 10 after starting in 19th. He still has some spots to make up, but he could make his way into the top 5. Crampton, we started in the 16th position. He's currently in 12th. His streak of making it into every A main under this format is on the line. There could be others that I don't remember, but I know that one is for a fact. Already on lap 17 to 50, and Chris Jericho doing a good job, but here comes Hubert trying to get to the inside of the number 97.
Tanner Parton's got to move, or Hubert's going to move him. Because I feel like Tanner Parton's just moving, or just backing up this whole lane. As now there goes Hubert to the inside. Almost contact off of turn number 4, but now side by side. The 7's going to try and get to the inside. Going into turn number 1. He's going to get there. Hubert is side by side off of the corner there. And not Kennington. That is Fogelman, rather. He's trying to get to the inside of the 82, is that?
The 02.
That is the 02, rather, of Will Parrish. Apologies there, but the 7 is to the inside for P number 2 there on Tanner Parton. And so is the 19 of Reggie Fogelman, side by side for the second and third positions. Some very good racing, but that's all going to allow Chris Jericho to just cruise on his merry way to a, let's see how distance is, still a 4/10 lead here at Oswego. Almost 3 wide there off of turn number 2. They're going to get going, but still 3 wide, Nathan.
He might go 3 wide. Fogelman's going to back out of it for now. Almost 3 wide for the second place spot. And now how about Noah Clifton? He went from the C to the B, and he's almost inside the top 5. Oh no! Oh my goodness!
Tanner Parton up and over. Watch out. Upside down, Tanner Parton is.
He tried doing a slide job for second place. Oh my goodness, the damage for the number 7. Add that to the flip count. I believe that might be 5 now. Tanner Parton tried doing a slide job for second place. Didn't work out for him.
What a dramatic flip that was. That was violent, Nathan.
That might be the most violent one we've seen all week.
Yeah. And we've seen cars get hit by other cars. That was just very fast. That was a very fast flip, that was.
These guys are getting aggressive here in the B main. They know it's the last chance, but once again, I'm going to say it again. Just what I said in the C main. Don't know why Tanner Parton did that. We're not even halfway through the B main, and he was already running inside the top 3. When you only have to finish in the top, inside the top 5 to advance. So, tough break for Tanner Parton, tough break for Matthew Hubert as well. Both of them were inside the top 5, but now that changes everything. And that's going to help Clifton, Fogelman, Andrews, and Randall to be inside the top 5. Well,
it's not even halfway.
Yeah, not even halfway. It's been a clean night in the C and the D for the most part, but it has gone haywire real fast here in the B main. Let's go ahead and see what happened for the second caution of the night in the B main. Well, looking at the footage, it ended up being all on Tanner Parton as we thought. Unfortunately, I don't know what he was doing, but he tried doing a slide job in turn 2, and it was not clear. And unfortunately, Matthew Hubert was not having it in our 5th flip of the week. And this could be one of the most violent ones that we've seen. Maybe a little bit of damage for Will Parrish in 02. I believe he went down pit road, but a violent flip onto the wall, almost into the guardrail on top of the wall. And a huge flip from the number 97 of Tanner Parton. Look at all these drivers behind him sliding to avoid Keegan Thompson. One of the most notable. And Tanner Parton's going to flip upside down in this one. And second caution, 5th flip of the week. And unfortunately, it's going to take out Tanner Parton here in the B main.
Full speed here at Oswego, and the slide job. I can understand the slide job, but I just have to question why he did it like that. We're not even halfway through the race. We've already had a caution, and he pulls quite the egregious slide job. It wasn't even clear. Maybe a quarter panel, but he could have backed off, but no, he just had to go. Tanner Parton just had to go for the slide job, and that was the result, and tore up Matthew Hubert's car, who was having a great run up to that point, and that brings out caution number 2. 2 very fast cars taken out of this one, Nathan.
No doubt about it. Both of them were running inside the top 5, and it's unfortunate, but we've not seen it all night long, but the aggression's going to pick up, especially with this being the last chance to get into the A main. Let's go ahead and get back to the restart with the number 16 of Chris Jericho still leading here halfway through the B main. Welcome back to Oswego Speedway, and boy, has it been a crazy night and a crazy B main. We will go back going just past halfway with about 24 laps to go in the B main. And it would be Chris Jericho, Reggie Fogelman, Noah Clifton, John Andrews, and Jay Randall, the top 5. And then Local Mims just outside the top 5. And here is Fitzy from 19th up to 7th, and Crampton 16th to 8th. Here we go, 24 laps to go, back going in the B main.
Oh, there he goes. Fogelman trying to get a great start. He almost there. He's there. Side by side. What a fantastic start there for Fogelman off the jump. Off the start of the jump. That was a messy sentence, but Chris Jericho is just trying to fight it off there on the outside, but he's going to get past almost. No, he's still going to be side by side. What an amazing battle there for Chris Jericho, but I think he's going to have to concede right there. Slide up clear.
He might have a shot.
Yeah, he might have a shot going in at turn number 4 on the front stretch, but new leader, it is Reggie Fogelman.
And here is Local Mims just now took the top 5 spot, and here's Crampton, the dirt track guy that I know very well, trying to go 3 for 3 for A main starts. He's doing it a hard way this year in the B main, but he is now inside the top 5, and Jericho wants that top spot once again, side by side with the C main winner, and Chris Jericho battling for the top spot with coming to 20 laps to go.
Yeah, this is going to be a phenomenal battle right here. If this just persists throughout the rest of the race, that's going to be phenomenal. But we also don't want to stay too side by side, because that is also the 20 coming up on this battle as well. That is Noah Clifton. He had a great run going there in the, what was that, C main, I believe that was, he was in?
Yep.
So the slide job there for Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho is going to clear the 19. Almost contact made between the 05 and the 20 there. Fogelman's going to put the back bumper. He's going to give him the chrome horn, Fogelman does to Jericho, but Jericho still remains out in front. Yeah, this is going to be a really entertaining battle. See how this plays out, Nathan.
Oh boy, Crampton tried going through the middle. Contact for the race lead. We got a battle for every spot inside the top 5, basically. Fogelman side by side with Jericho. Andrews side by side with Clifton. And then Crampton as the final transfer spot as of now. Just outside of it, though, is Local Williams, Jay Randall, and Zachary Fitzwater, all with potential shots at the race at the transfer spot. Fogelman back out front. Andrews washes up almost into Jericho, side by side right there. These guys have to be careful, but Andrews especially, he's a long-time veteran on the channel. He should know better. I don't want to see what Tampon just did happen again.
No, we've already seen it twice tonight, and we don't want to see it in another flip, Nathan, but it is still Fogelman. I'm about to burp, excuse me. But it is still Fogelman out in front. It is Chris Jericho, P2, and there's Zachary Fitzwater. He's trying to get up in this battle, single file throughout majority of the pack. That may be a good thing for those trying to get up front, trying to find a way around the car ahead. Trying to see if there's any momentum off the corner, but nothing so far. John Andrews is going to give the edge away to the 20 of Noah Clifton side by side there for P number 3. And is that the 23 of Travis Crampton, as we said, dirt track king here on the channel, just overall great dirt track racer, but great top 5 battle right here. They're starting to separate from the 70 there, I believe that is, of Jay Rando. Of Logan Williams, rather, excuse me.
Yeah, Logan Williams and Fitzwater are still in the fight for this one, same with Jay Randall, but they're starting one at a time here. 12 to go at the line next time by Crampton, trying to get past Clifton, trying to give him a buffer and have Clifton on the bubble, trying to do a C, B to an A jump, and right now Fogelman's trying to do something impressive and go and win the C and the B. And how about Crampton? He's gonna go he's gonna get 2 birds with 1 stone from 5th to 3rd for Travis Crampton, and he could be a long shot at not only making it in, but he could have a car to challenge Fogelman here.
What a move. He got 2 spots in one corner. That is unbelievable. We never see that, Nathan. But Clifton's going to try and get back right back at him. Passing John Andrews. He's like, I'm going to take that spot, Crampton. That is mine. E3 battle right here. John Andrews kind of shove Crampton way up the track. Clifton's going to go for the slide job, but nothing there. Still side by side for P3. Andrews is going to try and find something to get around these two right here, but the top two, meanwhile, Chris Jericho P2 and Reggie Fogelman, who is right now leading. He's been leading for quite a while, but now it is 9 laps to go here at Oswego.
It has been a Reggie Fogelman type of night. He dominated the C main, and honestly, he's been one of the 2 fastest cars all night here in the B main. But look at Jericho running a lane lower than the 19, and uh-oh. I think I just saw number 67 of Ronald Kennington, and he's gonna be a factor here in this one.
So I said, just park the car. You're not competitive. You're done, man. Just put the fries in the bag. Park it. You're done. But they'll still have to get around him if he doesn't pull off the track, presumably in the next 2 laps. But if that doesn't happen, then we are in for quite the treat. But this is a great battle that we should be watching. That is Zachary Fitzwater. He is now setting his sights on John Andrews. That is for P5. Not if Logan Williams has anything to say about it. He's going to slide up, almost get into Zachary Fitzwater, but that is the only side-by-side battle that dissolves back to single file. Now we have the side-by-side battle between Clifton and Crampton there. That's also going to dissolve, but great battles overall, and we have transfer battles starting to heat up as well as the race lead.
Oh yeah, the battle for third is going on, and a battle for the transfer spot could get heated up, but here is the car that's going to decide everything. Ronald Kennington, Reggie Fogelman trying to get past him, and he will get to the inside. Look how Crampton with oh my goodness! Oh.
That was amazing by Crampton. They call him the Dirt Track King for absolutely nothing. That was phenomenal move by Crampton, and that's going to gain him. He's going to use the lap car as a pick to try and get to P2, and he's going to do just that, setting his sights on P1, which is Reggie Fogelman. Nathan, the lap car of Ronald Kennington Jr. is playing so many factors into this, stacking up Noah Clifton as well as Zachary Fitzwater. And it may be over for Zachary Fitzwater here in the Alphabet Heats. It is over for him, it seems like, but it is not over until it is. There's Jericho trying to get back at Crampton, and now we have 2 laps to go to decide it all.
All of a sudden, Logan Williams is now in, and now 2 laps to go. The top 4 are pretty much safe, but it's going to come down to Fitzwater, Noah Clifton, and Logan Williams for the final transfer spot. White flag, final lap. Fogelman's going to easily win the B main, but who's going to get the final transfer spot? Clifton is clear of Fitzwater. He's going to have a shot in 3 and 4. He has to send it, but he's not going to. Logan Williams is going to easily get the 5th final transfer spot, and it's going to be Fogelman winning the B and the C mains. Crampton with a great move, a couple of great moves. He's going to get 2nd and advance to the A main for the 3rd year in a row. And then Chris Jericho, John Andrews, and how about Logan Williams out of nowhere? That lap car of Ron Kennington changed things massively, and a heartbreaker for Noah Clifton in the number 20.
Fitzwater almost did what... who was that who we were talking about? Who almost did it?
Stephen Colon last year.
Stephen Collin. He almost did what Collin couldn't do, and I was rooting for him there, but I assume we will have to wait for next year to see if it is possible. I believe it is. If Fitzwater can go from that far, from D to C to B, it has to be done. But he was so close, gave it a great effort, but in the end came up short, 2 positions short, and it is Logan Williams taking home the final transfer spot. Reggie Fogelman wins it. Travis Crampton P2, Chris Jericho P3, John Andrews P4. Logan Williams, aforementioned, will take home the final transfer spot. What is Zachary Fitzwater doing? there we go. Yeah, just park it, buddy. It's okay. Have a Vegemite sandwich. It's okay.
Oh man, for a brief second I thought Clifton and Fitzwater were gonna have a shot at Logan Williams, but they just couldn't quite get there. Clifton didn't quite have the car, and Logan Williams, a great one for him. He got third in the championship and the JBL Cup Series, and now he's going to be in the main, barely getting the last spot. Warren Kennington probably should not have been out there on the racetrack. He was going really slow. Caught up to him late, and that changed everything. Crampton did a massive send, got up to second. That's big for him. And then, of course, Logan Williams took advantage of what happened to Noah Clifton getting held up there. Absolutely chaotic. 2 cautions, but we ended up going clean and green for the second half of this one. So, fantastic stuff between the D, the C, and the B. And I'm sure the Powerade Dash, I've not done that yet, but obviously that was before the B. Anyway, what a night 2 of this event. And we have 4 days in a row. You got Oswego Dirt, and now there's only 1 day left and 1 race left. Tomorrow night, 100 laps, and 60 drivers narrowed down to 30, cut in half. 30 of the best drivers of newcomers and veterans on the channel. Boston, how do you think that's going to shake out from what we've seen on the heats and all the secondary mains here tonight? 100 laps for the A feature.
I don't think I'll be able to comprehend how chaotic that will be. I mean, just times what we saw by 2. So that means we'll have 4 cautions. We'll have 100 laps now. But I'm pretty sure we'll see a lot more action than what we saw. Not saying that there was, a little amount, but I'm sure we'll see a lot more than what there was tonight, which is saying quite a lot. We had 2 cautions, a flip as well, so you can't really, I mean, for those crash enthusiasts, you can't really get any better than that. But what a great race. That definitely showed everybody's skill, especially Crampton there at the end. He made some moves that I thought weren't possible. He made a move in a corner, past 2 cars. It was like a Daniel Ricciardo move, almost. In real life, he just sent it to the inside, past 2 cars in one, and set his sights on the car ahead, and almost won this race with some phenomenal moves around the slower car of Ronald Kennington Jr. Just phenomenal moves by him, and I can't wait to see what he does in the main.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's a reason why that Travis Crampton has made it into the A main all 3 years that we've done this format since 2022. Oh man, what a night, what a B main, fantastic action, and I'm going to say this again, changed nothing with the I&I, or the colors or nothing. All I did was raise the strength by a 1%, and the racing has been off the charts this year, and I am very much looking forward to the A main tomorrow night, 100 laps, and someone will be able to write their names in the history books and become the 6th annual Richard Hollywood Stapleton Shootout A main winner. Overall winner, but 3rd A main winner because it's format, but still, I'm very much looking forward to it. One last question before we get off of here for the night. Boston, obviously, you won the heat race last night, so
yes.
you start up front. Were you able to learn anything watching it up here in the booth to translate into the 100 lap feature tomorrow night?
I might need to talk to Travis about some of his immense skills, but I think overall we have a very fast car, we have a very fast team, and me as a driver can't get any better. No, I'm joking. But I think overall we will definitely have a great shot at the win, and it will be exciting to see how it all goes down for the A main. I hope everybody watches, and I hope it's a great show for everybody.
Absolutely. It's going to be interesting of what ends up happening. 30 cars. The most that we've seen on the racetrack. That's more than what we saw in the Namsor Elka race, which had 24. So that's going to be wild. 100 laps, that's a lot of laps for a dirt race. But it's going to be fun. The main event, tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern, I believe, here on a Friday night. The grand finale for the 2024 Richard Hollywood Stapleton Shootout Week. I keep on making this event bigger and better every year. Have 5 days of racing, and tomorrow night will be the A main. Thanks for watching for joining me up here in the booth for the D, C, and the B. Good luck for the A main tomorrow night, and a congratulations to Reggie Fogelman, Travis Crampton, Chris Jericho, John Andrews, and Logan Williams. to advance on from the B main to the A main. The official A main starting on will be at the end of the video, and until tomorrow night, I will see you guys then. Bye!
Bye.